Ooh, someone's at the door. More ding-dong. Teetering on the edge of sleep, I was brought back to reality by the sound of the doorbell. Come with me, Naegi. What's the matter, kitty? Just a few seconds ago, Asahina came looking for me. Her face was deathly pale. It seems something's happened. Something. That word set off an alarm in the back of my mind. Just like that, consciousness flooded back to me. She told me to go to the rec room. The rec room? Alright, let's hurry. Asahina, what happened? Nagi, kitty. What's wrong, Asahina? Something's wrong with her. In the rec room. In the rec room? I rushed over to the rec room door and looked through the window. And there I saw Ugami. Is she unconscious? She was sitting upright, but slightly hunched over. What's going on? What happened to Ugami? I was just passing through and I happened to see Sakura through the window. But the door wouldn't open. I pounded on the door and called for her, but she couldn't seem to hear me. What do we do? What should we do? First, we need to find a way into the room. It sounds like the door is locked, so we can't break it in without breaking the rules. We're breaking down the door. But I just said it's not locked. The rec room door doesn't even have a lock. Sorry, I got to the yawn. Then, why won't it? Something must be pressed up against it from inside the room. Perhaps a chair? A chair? Regardless, this door isn't locked, so the school rules don't apply. So we can break down the door without causing any problems? The fastest way is going to be breaking down the window. I'll go get something. Wait here. Ugami remained motionless inside the rec room. She's unconscious, isn't she? There's nothing to worry about, is there? Kirigiri's response was silence, but the silence only held for a brief moment. I've got something. There was a broom in the classroom over here. Here. Can you handle this, Naegi? Please, hurry. Alright, you two, get back. I swung the broom up over my head and brought it back down on the window with all my might. Crash! The window shattered. What the heck? The window shattered inward as the harsh sound of breaking glass assaulted my ears. I reached my hand through the hole and attempted to move the chair in front of the door. This is one heavy chair, but I think I can. I shoved the chair with all my might, finally freeing the doorknob. Ugami, and ran to her side. At the moment my hand made contact with her skin. She dead! She dead! She dead! I felt death! Only the tiniest bit of warmth remained. Okay, come on, text. But all the life had drained from her. And then there's that toad again. We got a corpse here. We'll be holding a class trial pretty soon, so make good use of the time you've got. All apologies. Chapter 4. What? Sakura is dead? She's dead? I could hear Asahina's trembling voice behind me, but my eyes were frozen on a single point. The body before me. Ugami's dead body. I really hate the repetition in the dialogue in this game. It's not necessary. It looks like we're too late. It happened again. Speaking through clenched teeth, Kirigiri placed her hand on Urugami's corpse. It looked like she was confirming her death, checking for a pulse or a reaction or something. I gotta go get them. Gotta go get everyone else. Asahina staggered out of the rec room, and why? Why did this have to? Could do nothing but mumble. just mumble the same thing over and over again. I'm gonna need to examine Ugami's body. As Kirigiri examined her body, I could do nothing but stand back and stare, belted to the floor. Time passed. Time continued to flow, and I continued to be helplessly frozen in place. A while later, I brought them... Whoa! Ogre? Well, looky here, big girl's gone bye-bye. I see, Ugami's been murdered. Once the final three had arrived, Kirigiri began speaking. As I'm sure you heard, a corpse discovery announcement was just made. You know what that means, don't you? That Sakura Ugami was murdered by someone in this room. Or am I misunderstanding? No. It wasn't just someone in this room. Sakura was killed by Hagakure, Togami, or Fukawa. One of you three. What? You sound awfully certain for not having done any investigation. I don't need to investigate anything. I just know. I mean, come on, you guys all acted like Sakura was the bad guy. So obviously one of you three killed her. You already know who did it? Don't tell me you're one of those earthlings who unleashes super detective powers when you're angry. What do you want? Oh, Asahina, you so silly. I'm here to make a special delivery, the next issue of Homicide Today. Otherwise known as the Monokuma File 4. You ain't doing right by your bombastic face by wearing that angry scowl, Asahina. Well, got a blast. Just a second. There's something I'd like to know. Yes? You didn't kill Ugami, did you? Yes. She said she intended to do battle with you, with the Puppet Master. Maybe two got into another fight, and then you... killed her? Neither close nor cigar. Nope, you're totally off base. I'm sorry to say it, but Ugami died a pitiful death before reaching the boss room. What's with all the gaming references? Thankfully though, that means I got off easy, no need to accept her challenges anymore. Cause really, a monster like her ain't so easy to take down, even for Monokuma the Great. I was at a loss. Here she is breaking the rules by attacking me, and here I am unable to claim my restitution. Sorry guys, a little drink of water. So whoever you are, Mr. or Miss Villain? Mr. or Miss Villain. I said Mr. or Miss. Oh, so you have my deepest gratitude. Gratitude? Oh ho, rather than directing your anger at me, you should funnel it into finding the culprit. I said funding. Funding the culprit. After all, it's you guys' lives on the line here. And he's laughing, that stupid laugh of his. Seriously, I find it funny that, like, main characters in an anime have to have a specific laugh attributed to them. Sorry. What the heck? You're grateful? You sicken me, you monster. I can agree with him on one point. I'm glad it was Ugami. She was the Puppet Master's mole after all. How could you say that? Whoops, I don't have time to bicker with you peons. The game's already begun. If we need someone to hate whoever killed her. Our number one priority right now should be finding the culprit. If we don't, we'll all be executed. First, we'll decide who's responsible for watching over the crime scene. I'll do it. Asahina? I'll be fine. Let me handle it. Anyway, I want to be here, with Sakura. Alright then, Asahina, you're the first watchman. The second is you, Kirigiri. Me. You're always getting in my way. This time, you can be a good little girl and stand guard. That's an order. An order? It's fine. I'll stay here. Then it's settled. Let's get started. Wait. There's something I have to say first. And what might that be? Hagakure, Togami, and Fukawa, the three of you are not allowed in this room. Huh? You're the ones who killed Sakura. I can't let any of you get anywhere near her. Shut your mouth, insolent fool. My life is at risk. I have a right to investigate the scene. Say whatever you want. I'm not letting you murderers touch Sakura. I won't let you in, even if I have to drag you out myself. It seems we're at an impasse. Continuing this quarrel any longer is just a waste of time. Then I'll make a concession. Never mind all three, just let me investigate. What? That's not a problem, is it? It's not like you'd be of any help anyway. Cool with me? Investigation? Puh! Fabulously fantasizing about my white knight is much better use of my time. You don't have any complaints either, do you, Hagakure? Well, if you insist. I guess I got no choice. Either way, dude, it's not like I did anything. Then it's decided. Who gave you permission to decide anything? Asahina, I understand how you're feeling right now, but you really need to accept Tagami's proposal. But we have to find the murderer. Not only for our sakes, but for Ugami's sake as well. Fine, I'll let you investigate the room, Tagami, but you absolutely cannot lay a finger on Sakura. And why would I? I'm not putting my hands on that filthy thing. Rude. Enough with the bickering already. We need to focus on investigating this murder now. You would do well to keep in mind, everyone, that if we don't find the murderer, every last one of us will be killed. It's not a question of whether we want to or not. Our only chance in making it through this alive is to uncover the killer responsible for Ugami's death. A desperate hope, but our only hope. Is it investigation time? Sorry about that, guys. Okay, victim, Sakura Ugami. Time of death, approximately 12 p.m. The corpse was discovered in the recreation room on the 3rd floor of the school zone. The victim appears to have been struck over the head with great force. Aside from that, there are no other obvious external wounds. Additionally, the victim has vomited a considerable volume of blood. Okay, that's in our ammo. In this case, it's probably going to be a tough one. What makes you say that? The only entrance to the rec room is the door we came in through. Furthermore, the door was blocked from inside by a chair, making it unopenable. That begs the question, after sealing the door with the chair, how did the culprit escape from the room? I see, so only the door was sealed from the inside, and entry was impossible until I broke the glass. Meaning there was no way out. In short, this was a sealed room murder. A sealed room murder? Yeah, sure, this sort of stuff happens on TV and in manga all the time. But in real life, and right here, right before my very eyes? While we're on the subject, oops, my bad, she was just saying, she's gonna explain what sealed room murders are. Sealed room murders can be, by and large, divided into 4 major categories. Category 1, a sealed room constructed from the outside after the crime has been committed. After committing the murder, the culprit uses some sort of trick to seal the room. This typically involves them setting the lock from the outside somehow. The possibilities are endless. It could be something primitive like a string and pulley, or something more complex and mechanical. Some sort of trick with a lock, huh? I'll have to give the door a good look over later. Category 2. A sealed room that already existed before the murder occurred. Basically, the culprit used some tool or method to target the victim from outside the sealed room. Something like a remote-activated gun or firing arrows through the crack on the door. However, this case probably doesn't fit into the category. Not only are there any guns or archery equipment in the school, the door doesn't give it wide space. Sorry guys, I'm a little tongue-tied at the moment. She has a point. It's probably safe to cross that one off the list. And then category 3. The culprit is inside the sealed room when the seal is broken. So they're hidden inside somewhere. They take advantage of the confusion to slip into the crowd, acting like they just showed up. And that's how they get away with it. That seems reasonably plausible. The 4th and final category, it was never a sealed room to begin with. Never a sealed room. In other words, the room has a secret passage or something in it, some way for the culprit to escape. Mysteries falling into this category show up in novels a lot, but in reality it's highly improbable. Then it's probably safe to assume that we can cross it off the list, yes? And that concludes my lecture on sealed rooms. I think I get it, so there are 4 major categories of sealed room murders. So Kitty Giddy, which category do you think this murder falls under? Good question. I imagine it will be a big point of discussion during the class trial. However, at this stage, it's hard to say. How did the culprit construct the sealed room? We'll need to figure that out if we're gonna reach the truth behind Ogami's death. She was right. This is gonna be a tough mystery. I need to focus on my investigation. Not just for me, but for Ogami. Okay, let's investigate the room a little bit. The locker door has been left open. And look at this, on the inside, there are handprints. Now, why would there be handprints in a place like this? Due to all the dust inside the locker, it looks like the prints were left anywhere it was touched. They appear to be relatively new as well. I'm guessing someone was hiding in this locker, and that's when they left these handprints? Oh hey, in that case, could the culprit have been hiding inside the locker when we unsealed the room, and then after we broke the seal they slipped into the crowd acting like they had just shown up? Sorry to disappoint you, but that's out of the question. Huh? Why? I recall how the room looked through the window before we broke the seal. The locker was already open! That's right, the locker was already open. Therefore, it's not possible for someone to have been hiding in the locker when we unsealed the room. But in that case, what do these handprints mean?